Welcome to Part of My Imagination. I'm Imagination and you're the Imaginers. Welcome if this is your first time. My name is Jasmine and welcome back if this is your second or third or how many times you've clicked on my channel. Welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a September wrap-up. So let's just get into it because I didn't read that many books. Okay, so the first book I read and finished is All the Stars and Teeth by Adalynn Grace. I gave this book 4.5 stars. Absolutely loved it. If you don't know what this book is about, it is following this girl who is supposed to take over the throne, essentially, from her father. But in order to do that, she has to prove herself that she can not contain, but practice soul magic, but in a way that the community, society, whatever, accepts her. So obviously something goes awry and she is banished from the empire because she pretty much messes up her ritual to prove that she can take over the throne. Someone ends up helping her break out of prison and they go on a goose chase to pretty much save the kingdom because the kingdom needs saving. That's pretty much it. But I did really enjoy this. I did enjoy the magic system. I like how everyone had different magic. So it's broken up to how all the worlds, different islands have different magic. And depending on the magic that you practice, you go to that island. But you're only allowed to choose one. But the only people that can do soul magic are the royal family. That's why it's so important. So you're just following her pretty much. Figure out why someone is what are my words? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, 5 stars. Alright, the next book I read I do not own, and it's The Depths by Nicole Lesperance, and it'll be right here. What did I give this book? I gave this book 4 stars. This book is following this girl who was in a diving accident. She is a professional diver, or wants to be a professional diver, and she ends up pretty much dying. Obviously, she comes back to life, but she ends up dying on a freak accident while she was diving, and now she has to follow her mom and her stepdad on their honeymoon to this remote island. And as soon as she gets there, the island is super creepy. So she's battling with just wanting to be able to get in the water and dive again, but her lungs are messed up. She can't hold her breath underwater or she is going to damage her lungs even more. So she ends up hanging out with the people that take care of the island. They have 2 sons. She ends up taking care of one of the sons, or hanging out with one of the sons. And the son pretty much shows her around the island, and she starts seeing this child who is a ghost, and she's trying to help this girl pretty much be able to get off the island. She doesn't know why, but the island is calling to her, and there is a mystery between why the little girl is stuck on the island, and so on and so forth. And I'm not going to tell you much more. This did come out this month, so you should definitely check it out. It was amazing. Alright, the next book I read was Prince of Fools by Mark Lawrence, and I gave this book also 4 stars. This basically is just following a prince whose name is Jolene, whatever. Anyways, he's a one of many princes from his grandmother. His grandmother is the Red Queen, and he is basically a coward. He bets a lot of money. He does other adult things. I'm trying not to say too many adult stuff because my children are sitting over there, so I gotta be mindful of what I say. But pretty much this is an adult fantasy, so it's Mark Lawrence. But anyways, yeah, so he is summoned to the crown room with all his other cousins and nieces and whoever. Princes and princesses are all there. And the Red Queen is saying, hey, we need to fight this war of Frozen. The Frozen are coming back alive. Kind of like Game of Thrones with the walking, the ice people. Similar to that. So yes, he ends up freeing this Viking, and they get tied together because the silent witch, whatever, does something and it bounds them together. So they have to go on this journey to pretty much find out how to unbind themselves and also try to somewhat save the kingdom from the undead, pretty much. The undead are coming alive. But I thought this book was absolutely hilarious. The prince is hilarious because he is a coward. So it's just so funny just seeing him. And there were some funny parts in here where I actually did like haha out loud. I like chuckled out loud. But this is definitely not one of those where like he wants to go out and do this adventurous stuff. Like he literally only does it to like save his ass. Other than that, like he's not doing anything outside of the status quo of what he needs to do. If it doesn't involve gambling and women, he doesn't want to be a part of it. Alright, and the last book that I read for September is Strange the Dreamer by Lainai Taylor. I know you guys are probably like, bro, what? It took me forever to read this book. And what did I give it? I gave it 3 stars. If you didn't know, this book took me 3 years to read. And it's not because the book, okay, that's not true. I did not enjoy the first half of the book because it felt so freaking boring. It was actually boring to me. That's why it took me so long. But I actually remembered every moment of it. So the first half for me was like 2 stars. And the second half was like 3.75 stars for me, which is why I gave it 3 stars. Yeah, the first half actually was a snooze, and that's what took me so long. Because from the moment I stopped the book, which is hilarious, because had I have just kept going, I feel like I would have enjoyed the book even more, just because I would have read it continuously. But I didn't, and I stopped right when the action was starting to happen. But honestly, the first half was just literally a snooze fest. And I understand this is some people's favorite books. I really don't care. I did not. I'm going to continue on because I did enjoy how it ended. Again, like I said, the second half was almost 4 stars for me. But who knows when I'll get to Muse and Nightmares. Again, this took me 3 freaking years. But anyways, if you don't know what this book is about, it's about this man called Leslie Strange. He pretty much lives in a society. He's an orphan. He doesn't really know where he comes from. And he is the only one that remembers this city called Weep. And so one day, the people from Weep come. And they are trying to find the smartest, pretty much the smartest of the smart people. Engineers, scientists, medicals, religious, builders, you name it. They are trying to gather all these people so that they can help Weep with the problem. Well, Leslo somehow, some way gets picked to be the storyteller on the journey. That is the first half of the book. He is pretty much just, they're all traveling to Weep. And you're kind of like getting introduced to all these other characters. And then you have the second half, which is, I can't remember her name now because it's been so long. I can't remember her name. But anyways, the person that recruits them is called the God Slayer because he slayed the gods that were taking over Weep. And so they're tasked to be able to bring this big freaking thing in the air that's pretty much looking over Weep. They are tasked to get rid of it. But inside, what they don't know is that there are 5, I want to say 5, I think it's 5. 5 of them, 5 of the babies from the gods still left up there, but they don't know that. So the second perspective is you're following one of the girls who can actually go into their dreams, and she causes them to have nightmares so that they will stay away from this building. So you're kind of have 2 conflicting things going on. Like I said, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. 3 stars. Alright, those are all the books that I read this month. Minus these 3 plus the ARC. I literally read 4 books this month. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I've only read 4 books in the month of September. I did get let me rephrase that. I got 1/3 of the way through the Dragon Republic. So I will be probably continuing on in October. And I got 88% into the classroom, Assassination Classroom. But I didn't finish it. So yeah, I've only read 4 books in September. So October is probably going to be a heavy month for me for reading. But yeah, those are all the books that I read. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Wait, what? That's not my outro. What is my outro? Alright, well, that's all that I have for you guys today. Be sure to check out my description where you can find easy ways to contact me, as well as all the books that I talked about. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if not, just imagine that you did and come back again. Until next time, keep imagining.